Hey everybody, here we go. Here I am back again. It's Friday, and as promised, every Friday I do a Facebook Live video for you guys, all about topics that interest you, right? Topics that I'm just waiting to make sure that everybody can hear me. And Julie, hey, there you go. People are starting to log on right now. Happy to see you guys. And Anjali, any exciting plans for this weekend? What are you guys going to get up to this weekend? So I think most of us are experiencing a heat wave right now, right? It's super hot outside. And so hopefully whatever you're doing this weekend is going to rotate around the beach or a pool or air conditioning. Hey, Christy. What are you getting up to this weekend, Christy? Put it down here. Julianne, what are you doing this weekend? So I'm going to see a concert tonight. That's what I'm doing tonight, Friday night. I'm giving you away my age by oh, you're going to see a concert too, Anjali says. She's going to go see Garth Brooks. Oh, that's awesome. I saw somebody else post something online also about Garth Brooks. They're driving to see Garth Brooks. Hey, Nika, Veronica, how are you? Anjali, Christy, Julianne, Anjali, Nika, guys, stay cool this weekend. It's going to be a hot one. So I'm going to give away my age by telling you that I'm going to go see a Def Leppard concert this weekend. My goodness, how old does that make me? Oops. That's our plans tonight. Hubby and I are going to go see a concert. He's going to golf tomorrow. I'm going to go for brunch with my gal pals. I think my twin sister Cindy's coming over to my place on Saturday. And right now I'm working on, Christy says she's staying inside. Yes, she's staying inside from this Oklahoma heat. Yeah. Oklahoma is super hot right now. Devra, hey Devra girl, nice to see you. In Oklahoma, is it still tornado season over there right now? Hi Devra. I see Eric's there and watching. Oh, thumbs up, everyone can hear me. Kim Calloway, are you hiding from the tremendous heat over there in Idaho this weekend as well? So guys, I'm working on this 50-minute speech that I'm giving on October 4th in Anaheim, California, and boy, it's at the National Obesity Help Convention. Hey Kim, and it's taking up a lot of my time right now. Oh my goodness, trying to get this totally memorized. Kim, what are you doing besides hiding from the heat this weekend? So the topic I'm working on is adapting to a ketogenic diet after bariatric surgery. Super happy to be able to give the information because, as you guys know, I'm wildly passionate about that topic and that way of eating. Christy says there's no tornadoes, just heat. Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? Because tornado season is really scary where you guys are. Kim, you're going to go see a rodeo. How cool. Hey, Stacy. Kim, I want to see pictures of the rodeo. Okay, so I guess I have to continue. I'd like to just chat with you guys, but I guess I have to give a little bit of bariatric information. I'm going to have a rant today. So quickly here, I'm discussing bariatric nutrition because I'm a registered holistic nutrition. I specialize in bariatric nutrition, and I'm a surgery coordinator for bariatric patients. Great, Kim. She says she's going to send me photos. So let's get into the topic today. I sent a blog out this week also. It was called Ketocyborgs. What's a Ketocyborg? It's a name that I invented, but I think it's a really important name. So I've been kind of letting this build up. You guys can interrupt me anytime, right? You give me a thumbs up if you like what I'm saying. I've been letting this build up inside of me for a while now. I'm generally the most, I'm a positive person, a positive nutritionist, your surgery coordinator, but I've decided to let you into my head for this video and to let you understand why I've been feeling a little bit cranky or a little bit upset lately. So here goes. In my opinion, the beautiful thing about low carb or keto is that it's simple, right? It's so simple. For those of us who just want to be healthy, lose weight, lose some body fat, get blood sugar down, regulate insulin levels, unless you're dealing with a really rare condition, then low carb and keto is a super great solution, right? I mean, most of us, we don't need to really measure our food, or we don't really need to track. Most of us don't need to track macros, and we don't need to have exact specific ratios And you don't need to calculate grams of everything. And you don't need to have a flippin' PhD in calculus to be successful on a low-carb or ketogenic diet. You don't need to have 57 apps. You don't need to have a watch and a monitor and this and that. You don't need to turn yourself into a keto cyborg. And that was the term that I'm now giving to people who do these. I mean, it's not for everybody. There's a place for it. But basically, guys, you just need to change the food that you're eating. Unfortunately, some kinds of, I'd like to call them keto obsessions, and like a purity of thinking about food quality and food sourcing has trickled down into the keto world. Right? Ginger, nice to see you. Kara, hey. And it started to take away from the main message of low-carb or ketogenic diets. The main message and the beauty is the simplicity, right? But there's only one thing you need to do. Here goes. Hey, Haley. Don't eat sugar and don't eat starch. Literally. This is the only thing you need to do to be successful on keto. Period. Okay, everything else is gravy. Everything else is a bonus. What do you guys think about that so far? I'm going to keep going. But I just think that don't eat sugar, don't eat starch, right? We all get so wrapped up and so confused, and it gets so complicated when really, don't eat sugar, don't eat starch. I'm glad you guys like that. Everything else is a bonus. Do your best. Angel, hey, Devra, right on, Devra, exactly, right? But before anybody throws me out of the keto club or kicks me out of their club, let me specify something. It's not that everything else is unimportant. Right, Kim? Kim says, I love the simplicity. Hey, Valentina. Yes, it's simple, right? But so many of us get it so confused, right? It's not that everything else is unimportant. It's not that the macros don't matter at all, or that nothing else matters except for getting rid of sugar and getting rid of the starch in your food. But for the majority of the people, the majority of the benefits of low carb and the ketogenic way of eating comes from exactly that. Low carb, capital L, low, capital C carb, low carb. And sometimes, don't you wish, or I'll tell you, I totally wish that there was a new word other than keto, right? Because it's just such a fad word right now, right? Hi, Larry. Angie. Keto puts the emphasis on being in ketosis, right? Or chugging a lot of MCT oil, or fasting, or doing all kinds of things to try to raise our ketones. When what most people actually need to do is focus on keeping the carbs very low, right? That's it. So even the abbreviation, LCHF, low carb, high fat. That's what most of us know that expression as, right? It's kind of problematic for me now, because so many people are putting the emphasis on HF, high fat, rather than the emphasis going on LC, low carb, right? I mean, the ideal way is LCHF would be low carb, healthy fat. But unfortunately, the HF, high fat mantra, has become so widespread now that everybody just knows it like high fat. So, what do you think about all that information so far? I'm going to keep ranting now. It's Friday, and I think that now we know that the single most important part of the ketogenic diet is very low carb intake. Okay, so this really gets me. So your food quality and where you get, or where you actually source your food from, is a lesser issue. It's a lesser issue. It's not unimportant. We can't just disregard it. Let's just talk about it so we'll all be clear on one point. Hey, Bonnie. Okay, keto is an equal opportunity diet. I welcome all of you, right? I don't care where you're from or what you look like, right? It doesn't matter. How much money you have in the bank, what God you pray to, if any. I don't care if you're starting at 300 pounds, at 200 pounds, at 150 pounds. I don't care what language you're speaking. If you want to eat this way to improve your health, then I welcome you. And I'm really glad that you're here. With that in mind, there's no room for elitism and self-righteousness in keto, right? Hey, Bonnie, pretty me, pretty you, she says. Hey, pretty. So no self-righteousness is allowed. No elitism is allowed. Not in my keto, not in the keto community that I want to become or remain a part of. Guys, the video's almost over now. I have a couple of things I'm going to say like in closing, but what do you guys think about that? All the confusion and elitism and do this but don't do that, but you need to drink this, but take these supplements and drink this, and come on. What do you think? And also, this putting the emphasis on really expensive food, that turns a lot of people off, you know? Oh my goodness, you can eat butter, but don't eat butter from the grocery store. Make sure that you go to the special health store and get the butter that's going to cost you $25 for a brick of it. I mean, yes, it would be ideal, but not everybody has the same bank account, right? It doesn't mean that if you can only afford butter from the supermarket or you buy your butter at Walmart, it doesn't mean that you're not going to be successful on a ketogenic diet, right? I just think that putting the emphasis on expensive food or putting the emphasis on organic food, it shouldn't be a barrier to entry for people who can't afford it, right? Kim says, hey Carla, Kim says, people are more likely to stick to something less complicated, which this diet is, right? And what do you think about the, if I said to you, okay, great, so you're going to eat ground beef on the ketogenic diet, but you can only eat the grass-fed beef. You have to go to the store, to a special store, to buy special meat, or you have to go to the butcher. Okay, that would be, that's perfect, right? That would be awesome if you could do that. But what if you can't? You can't join our keto club? You're kicked to the curb? No way, Nancy, you can't come in here. That's not fair. That's not right. And that's not real. That's not realistic. And that's where it gets so complicated, right? That's where it's getting so complicated. Devra, that's right, they're making it too difficult. Why should this be difficult? So you don't eat grass-fed steaks, so that means that you can't come in the club? I mean, yeah. I think that this is a really simple way to eat, really simple food, and if you can only afford to go to the grocery store and to Walmart, then that's perfect. What do you think about that, Travis? I mean, many of you are blessed with good and stable jobs, and you can afford very high quality food, but not everybody out there fits this description. Angeli says, not a lot of these stores are available. We have no health food stores here. Yes, and that's another issue as well. A lot of people, they only have a Walmart, or they only have, you know, a small local store to go to. Sometimes they can go on Amazon and get things there if you really want them, right? For example, almond flour. If you living in a place in a small town and you can't just go to your local store to buy almond flour, you can get it online at Walmart, right? But I'm talking about the really expensive products. And actually, Angeli, you're right. The things that are really hard to find as well, right? Anyways, as long as the food that you're buying is very low, or as long as the people that are going to Walmart, or I mean, I go to Walmart. We all go to Walmart. As long as those items are really low in carbohydrates, all of us are going to just do fine. And we shouldn't be made to feel otherwise, right? We shouldn't be shamed about nobody should be shamed about where their food comes from, right? Guys, this is a biggie. There shouldn't be fear-mongering on social media. Have you seen these Ketocyborgs on social media that talk about all organic and all high quality? I mean, high quality, I'm talking about, let's just talk about simple things, about berries, right? Wouldn't it be great if we could all pick our own strawberries? Wonderful, that would be awesome. Unfortunately, there are situations that don't permit picking strawberries. There's situations like in the middle of winter, what are we supposed to do? Fly over to Mexico to pick strawberries? I mean, we buy them frozen, and sometimes we don't buy them organic because they're $100 more expensive than they are than the other strawberries, right? Hey Joan, thanks for watching. So I just think that social media is leading these people to believe that they're not going to be able to be successful or accomplish their goals by eating regular food from regular grocery stores. Not fair. So here we go. I'm about to finish my video today. It's only been 15 minutes, right? And I just want to say that I salute everybody who wants to be part of my bariatric club, right? I welcome you guys all with open arms. You're all invited to be part of this club. There's no fear-mongering, and there's no elitism, and there's no self-righteousness in my keto club. I welcome you with open arms. So if you have questions, you can reach out to me on Messenger. I'm going to be here for the next few hours, and then I'm going to be off to see Def Leppard live in concert. I'll send you guys some photos. And send me some pictures of your weekend photos as well. Kim, you owe me a picture of the rodeo that you said you were going to go to this weekend. I wish you all super nice weekend filled with sun, family, fun, and I'll see you next Friday, July 26th, for the next Facebook Live. And see you later. Oh, thank you, Deborah. You too. Have a nice weekend.